One of the incredibly worrying things about the election of Donald Trump is that Donald Trump is incredibly anti-vaccine. And I mean massively. He has hundreds of quotes. One such quote from the election was literally this: if you reduce the number of multiple vaccines given to children, you will see a drop in autism. Now, as has been said multiple times, and has been said continuously, there is no link at all between vaccines and autism. There is none whatsoever. Only to remember a couple of weeks ago where anti-vaxxers funded a study to see if they could prove this link exists. Guess what? Didn't find a link. So now you have a guy in the White House who can actually do incredible harm to public health. You need to, if you are in the US and you are, pro-vax or just, pro-common sense and pro-science, you need to be on this. You need to be aware this is a change and a possibility could do incredible harm to your country. Where you could be welcoming back measles, mumps, rubella, all these, diseases that we have, almost consigned to, history, that could literally come back because people are not getting vaccinated. And at the moment, these diseases are having spikes. Why? Because people bought into Andrew Wakefield's nonsense. And you've seen spikes continual of these diseases coming back. Now, luckily, the death rates for them have been quite low. It's only killed a couple of people. But that's not to say that if these diseases and people don't get vaccinated, these diseases will come back in a big way. And you will see the death rates climb. Because you have the incredibly worrying notion of what if measles decides to mutate? Because all the people around it are immune, and what do these things like to do? They like to mutate and change and get stronger, and you could cause a massive pandemic across the world by not doing this. And this is absolutely, it's terrifying. It really is. The consequences for what he could do are terrifying. Now, for my understanding of sort of how this works, is it all comes down to the Surgeon General, I believe. And I'm not 100% sure what the process is. I don't think he's elected. I'm not sure if he's appointed or not. I think he's appointed. But you have to make sure that the Surgeon General, whoever he might be, is pro-vax. Now, they are going to be pro-vax. There's no doubt that is going to be the case. But you have to make sure that he goes to bat if this comes up. Because if not, you could be facing a health crisis a year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years down the road of massive proportions. Because the more people that aren't vaccinated, or the more people that think they don't have to get these vaccinations, the more danger they are in, and the general public, and even the population at large could be. So this is a massive issue. And even if you support Trump, then just, there is incredible danger this guy could put you under if he does something like this and says that, people don't have to get vaccinated, or he makes a change and God knows what he could do. And that's the terrifying thing. We don't know what he could do at this stage, because this is a guy who has said hundreds of things, made all promises, but has never been said details, this is exactly what I'm going to do. And that's the terrifying and scary thing. So, yeah. That could be quite terrifying.